So this is an interesting story. One of my clients, Joe Nicolo, he was he used to own he owned Studio Four, and Studio Four became very successful. It had Rough House Records, and they did a huge amount of huge clients, and he made a good amount of money doing what he was doing. But he decided to branch out into film. And I remember, I think this was his first film that he was in as an actor. It was a movie called Shade, and there was like big actors. Sylvester Stallone was in it, and Gabriel Byrne, and uh, so the movie came out, and I remember watching it, and it starts off with a scene, and the first person you see is Joe playing cards, and I think by the end of the scene, I think Joe is killed, and I thought that was funny, and I was talking to Joe, and I said, "Man, they killed off your character immediately," and I said, "Well, you had a lot of control. You could have made that different." He says, "You know what was interesting about that, George?" He says, "Because I was the first one that they see uh, when the credits were run. That my name was the first one that ran," and he thought that was very interesting. But he found out. I remember him telling me. He said, you think the music industry is hard to get in, and make money." He says the movie industry is a million times, harder than that. And I remember he, at a certain point, I think he did a few movies, and then he just pulled out of the whole thing. He said it just. He said you could not navigate who was telling you the truth and who was not telling you the truth. But I always thought that was funny. It's the movie's called Shade, and it's actually a pretty good movie. It came out in 2003. It's an R-rated movie. Um, and you'll see Joe at the very beginning there. And really nice guy. And I think I did a story about me and Joe. We went out to lunch one time, and he told me, you're part of the inner circle. I go, I am. He said, yeah, you're part of the inner circle. So he was telling me things that nobody else knew about. But check it out if you can. And that's kind of my pro audio story. Of kind of crossed over into the movie business a little bit.